With all my Insta fans on the Face Live, on the Insta Face. What's up? What is up? All right. Oh, a lot of people here. What am I here to plug? Oh my God, why am I always plugging my show? Well, because I'm getting on a plane next week, Wednesday. I'm getting on a plane, and so what does that mean? I'm going to go to Boston. I'm going to Amesbury, Massachusetts, where I have 2 performances coming up of a paper orchestra, November 12th and 13th, and then oh, hello, silly pink shoes, and then back at Los Angeles, December 10th and 11th. And for tickets, if you want to come see my show, go to MichaelJamin.com/live. So we're going to talk, I thought we'd just talk about writing personal essays. I did a little on TikTok this morning, and I haven't shared it. On Instagram yet, but it was an interesting talk by this young woman named Coco Moco, right? And she's see you in Atwater. All right, you're gonna come see my show. And she had a good point, and she talks about, she's got like a massive following. This young woman. She talks about social media. So today her post was about how social media has changed in the past, even a couple of years. So like influencers, a few years ago, they would go on and they were real people leading fake lives. That's what it was. Real people leading fake lives. So they'd be, hey, look how rich I am. Look, I'm here in Barbados. I'm on my yacht. And they weren't. It was all rented stuff, right? Or they were living in influencer houses. These are my friends, and they're not your friends. You hate all these people you hate, and you don't do real situations. There we are doing wacky things. None of it was real. And eventually we got tired of that. We saw through that. And so now the trend is people like me. It's real people being real on social media. That's what people, and that's interesting. Real people being real. And so what does this apply? How does this apply to writing? Well, that's what your writing should be. It's like that should serve as a lesson. No, like the fake stuff is bull. Like write about the real stuff, right? The real stuff. And like, what does that mean? Young writers, they often get infatuated with world building. I'm building worlds. No one's as interested in your worlds as you think they are. Instead of exploring or creating these outside worlds, explore the inside worlds, the stuff that's in you, the real stuff. Of all the shows I've written on a ton of hit shows, but the ones that are really good are the ones where the writers can put more of themselves into the work and personalize it. And I think it's ironic. Many people think, if I get too specific about my world, I'll lose people. They won't be able to connect to it, and it'll be alienating. And that's not the case. The more specific you can of what you're going to talk about, the more details that's true and weird, that's what you want to put into your work. And so that's why I'm always saying, hey, personal essays. If you're a new writer, start with that, because all that stuff that you have is what you should be exploring. And that's what this is. This is what my show is. So if you want to see how I do it and get inspired, or just have an enjoyable evening out with a loved one, or a date, or a first date, then come see my show. I got 2 shows in Amesbury, which is near Boston. That'd be November 12th and 13th. At the Actors Studio in Amesbury, and then 2 shows here in LA in Atwater Village, and that's December 10th and 11th, and I hope to see you there. Afterwards, the show's about an hour long, and each one's followed by a 25-minute Q&A or 20-minute Q&A, and we talk about the work, we talk about the process, and people really love this stuff. So the shows will sell out because these are small shows, but there's still some tickets. So go get them now at MichaelJamin.com/live. Let's answer some questions, Seed Man. I really agree. I learned through my experiences of life, I learned that while world building is important, the characters and how they interact with the world is more important. Yeah, I mean, no one really cares. Why about world building? Why do people tell us to? I don't know. Tell us to what? I always find the humanity inside of everyone is more interesting than a character being cool. Oh, for sure. That's exactly right. How can we get you to NM, New Mexico? Well, Grive, fine, adorable. What you should do, there is some interest, but I need more people on my email list to go to New Mexico, Albuquerque, or any one of these smaller cities. So go to MichaelJamin.com/upcoming and tell me what city you are in. Or you can just DM me right here on Instagram. You can just send me a DM. Do you try to make the essays minimum length? Well, what do you mean by minimum length? Like, what do you like, short? I don't know. Each one is, if I read each one aloud, they're around 25 minutes, each one, when I read them out loud. Is there such a thing as an idea guy in Hollywood? Nope. Not a writer per se, but come up with ideas to develop into movies and such. No, there's no demand for that. You're kidding yourself. I'm a writer, I have ideas. Why am I going to write your ideas? I don't need you, I got my own. Every other writer's the same way. So if you want to be that person, you need to learn how to write. The job you're talking about, idea person, does not exist. There are a handful of people who get to be idea people. Who would that be? Anyone who runs a major studio. Any executive who runs a major studio can have an idea, and they reach out to me, my partner, hey, I have an idea for a show, and we say, let's do it. I don't even care what the idea is. Let's do it. They get to have ideas. You don't, right? They've earned that right. Because when they're in charge of a studio, their idea means they'll greenlight their own idea. Whatever you want me to write, I'll write. That's how it works. But I don't want your idea. I don't need your idea. I am not in the business, but my partner is. I can't believe how long your days are. Days can be long, for sure. Pepper, Michael, what do you recommend dealing with burnout? I feel so tired. I try every day, put out work, and I feel so helpless. Oh, well, is it the work that you are burning out with, or is it the process of making headway in the industry? Which one is it? AZ. What's the last great book you read? I'm reading right now Ocean Vuong's beautiful book, On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. Beautiful writing. Come to Houston. Tyler, I'd love to. We have plans for me to go to Houston. Tyler, again, go to michaeljamin.com/upcoming or DM me your email address and say Houston. Because here's what I want to impress on you people. Everyone wants me to come to their city. And then I say, okay, well, give me your email address so when I book a venue, I'll come, you'll know. Because here's the thing. If I have 100 names on my email list, I say, I'm coming to your town. How many of them are actually going to buy tickets? Maybe half if I'm lucky, right? So I need a big list before I go. And the way I see it is if someone doesn't want to give me their email address, and I understand people are, I'm the same way. I guard my email address because I don't like getting spammed, right? But if someone's not willing to give me their email address, then they're definitely not willing to cough up their money to pay to see the show. So that's how I see it. So I'm flattered. If you want me to come see you, great, but I need the email address or else you're just blowing smoke up my ass, which tickles. When reading for the trades, what should we be looking for? Well, depends what you're looking for. I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know what you want out of life. Perfect. My next script is going to be based on personal essays. Good. For fellowships. Yep, good, Crossman. Good. You inspired me to take an entertainment course in law school. Thank you. Well, I apologize for that. But all right. Is it worth submitting scripts to Table Read My Script, Sundance, Scriptapalooza, and more? Don't know anything about those sites. My guess would be no, but I have no idea. Hey, Michael, I want to be a writer. I'm currently working on as a set decorator. Any advice on how I can pivot? Kevin, yeah. The only thing that's going to help you don't pivot. You start fresh. Like the fact that you're working on set, great. It means you are around other writers, executive producers, showrunners. Talk to them, befriend them. But at the end of the day, no one's going to do you a favor. Your script has to be excellent. My advice for you, Kevin, is learn how to write. Because you have contacts, but so what? Your contacts are worthless unless your script is amazing, because they're not going to do you a favor. I mean, why would they? But you have contacts. That's good. Why do people tell us to be creative with the characters that we write? But when we do get told that is not how people speak, well, I like to put one in that speaks proper English as a FU to the teach. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, there are two schools of thought, and that is write the way people speak, or elevate your writing and speak more, the more arch. And that's kind of what Aaron Sorkin does, or David Mamet does. Like, they don't write the way people talk. It's almost more lyrical. And that's not a criticism of them. They're doing this. Most of us are doing this. Sorkin, of course, is an amazing writer, but I wouldn't say his writing is that natural. His dialogue is that natural. It's poetic. But if you're anything short of him, I would encourage you to, if you don't think you're a genius like Aaron Sorkin, maybe go the natural route. That's what I would say. Tell us about the last great screenplay you read. I don't read many screenplays. Does a personal essay fit in as part of a portfolio along with things like spec scripts and resumes? No, does not. Nope. It's just an exercise for you to learn how to write and get better as a writer. If you, what's your name? 55, 55. If you're trying to get a job as a screenwriter, you have to write a screenplay. And someone left a question, and I was like, boy, oh boy. Her question a couple of days ago was, what about a half-written script? Can I give that to get an agent? And I was like, what? Do you really think so? Where are you getting this information from that you could give can I give a half-written script? No. You need a whole script. I don't know why that is shocking, but off topic, but how have you done with relationships with people outside of show business? I would never, ever have any kind of even a conversation with anybody who couldn't further advance my career in show business. What do you think I am? It's such a draining profession, and a lot different than the rest of us. No, of course that's silly. People have interesting lives, and as a writer, I want to know about them so I can write about them, so I can steal what they're doing and write about them. So all my friends from high school and college, I'm the only one doing this. You think I'm not friends with them anymore just because they're not in the business? No, I get good stuff from them. What's the size venue you typically play? Oh, it just depends. So the one in Newburyport is, I think it's 60, or Amesbury is 65 seats. It just depends on how many I can sell, how big of a draw I am, So small under theater. Do you speak French? No, I don't. I speak Italian. I speak Spanish, but no French. Ne français. Do you use pitch decks? Not really. I have pitch documents, but not decks. Scrolling. Add me. I don't know what Lisa wants me to add her to. I don't know. This guy just made a joke, which is not funny, so I'm not gonna. I listen to the live carefully while I do not understand a word because I am French. Well, that is the problem. Estoy aquí y no sé qué habla el. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Bueno, pues es más fácil hablar en español, en castellano. Hablamos en castellano, pero vamos, por aquí normalmente hablo inglés, right? What makes a script great? Well, the fact that you want to turn the page. If you want to turn the page, you got a great script. Ever get nervous you'll totally bomb a pitch? No. If it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. How long do you see yourself working in the TV industry? Oh, I've been doing it for over 26 years, full time. How much longer? I don't know. I have other things that I want to pursue, so we'll see. I have other things, other dreams I want to accomplish. How do I get a job? How do writers get a job in a writer's room? Well, Kevin, start listening to all my content. Listen to my podcast. Get on my free newsletter, MichaelJamin.com/watchlist. I give away I talk about all this. I talk about it, how you do it, so go listen. It would land you half an agent. It wouldn't even land you half an agent. It would land you. I live in the Burbank area. Would you have any idea on ways I could show my work? Yeah, I talk about this. 555 Dominic. Burbank is close to Hollywood. You're close to North Hollywood, at least. Yeah, I have tons of ideas. Just they're all on my page here. I hope you've been following my Instagram. Get on my newsletter. I'll email it to you for free. Any ideas? How about 5555? How about all of my ideas? And how about for free? Just get on my newsletter, MichaelJamin.com/watchlist. How can I gauge when my writing has finally become strong? I'll tell you how you gauge it, Ninja Star Studios. Give it to your friend. Give it to your mom. Rip off the title page and say, I want you to read this. They're going to say, what do I know? I'm not a professional director or Hollywood mogul. And you're going to say, no. I just want to know if you enjoy reading it. And they're going to say, but I'm not. And you say, no. When you turn, are you compelled to turn the page? Do you want to find out what happens next? When you get to page 20, does it feel like a homework assignment? Or do you want to turn to page 21 and 22? Give them a week or so to read it and then come back. And if they come back to you with anything less than this is gold, if they come back to you with, no, I like the part where this, if they say, well, no, this was good, if they give you that, it's not ready. It has to be, this is amazing. There's no demand for mediocre scripts. You understand that, right? You got to learn how to write, sucker. What's up? As far as natural dialogue goes, as an artist, I like to draw things as close to real as possible, but I also want to embellish. Okay, good for you. Good. I wrote a memoir. It's about to be published. Congratulations. I'm adapting it into a script. Is there any unique advantage having the book out there gives me? Yes, it does. If your book becomes a bestseller, Hollywood will jump all over you. So yeah, that's a good reason to do a book first. What are you going to do after you end this live? Rehearse, actually. I'm going to rehearse my show. My show is a paper... My show is a paper orchestra. I'll be rehearsing literally right after this. If you want to come see me, I hope you do. I'll be in Amesbury, Massachusetts, November 12th and 13th. That's next week. It's a week from today. And then I'll be back in LA, December 10th and 11th. For tickets, go to MichaelJamin.com/live. They're small venues, so they will sell out, and I hope to see you there. Have a safe trip. Thank you, Stefaroni. I've heard you say that writers must be willing to make the sacrifice to move out west. Do you still think this is true, since many large production companies are creating stages in the New York City area? I do think it's true. And I don't know, there are not many large production companies. There are some sound stages. My advice is still the same, but there's a lot of people who don't, what's your name, Kevin? There's a lot of people who don't want to move. And so don't, this is my best advice. It's what I tell my kids. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But I stand by my words. Where's the hiring done, Kevin? Just because they shoot there, so what? Where's the writing done? Where's the hiring done? Where do the connections come from? So what? They build a soundstage there. So what? That's a soundstage. That means they shoot there. It's a warehouse. They're putting up warehouses. That's all it is. It's a warehouse with thick padded walls so that you don't hear sounds outside. Where's the writing done? Where's the hiring done? Hollywood. Everyone wants to make it in Hollywood, but no one wants to move to Hollywood. It's baffling to me. No, don't do it. It's fine with me. Have you tried writing a song? No, I'm not a songwriter. Spill the beans on King of the Hill. I don't have any beans to spill. How much do you want for the film rights for your one-man play? I'm not selling the film rights. I don't even know why you want to buy the film rights. You haven't even seen it. Come see it first before you decide you want to buy the rights. It's Barringer. Barringer wants to buy the rights, but he doesn't want to buy a ticket. Start by buying a ticket, and then we'll work our way up to the rights. All right. I hope you'll come. What else? That's it. I'll answer a couple more. Oh, there's a couple questions over here. Low Key Cal says, low key, give me your email. But don't, I'm sorry, but if you put it here, it's going to disappear. Low Key Cal, you give me your email here, it's going to disappear the minute I shut the app. So I can't, if you could just DM it to me, your email address, and tell me what city. When directing a film, how much should you dabble in the different departments? How do you not get overly involved in the different departments? Oh, there's a very good reason, Garrett. First of all, dabbling in the different departments will get you, the unions will file a grievance on you. You understand? So when I'm on set and I sit in one of those big director's chairs that has my name on the back of it, and then we want to move it, to the next location, I can't touch that chair. You understand that? I cannot touch it. Part of me always wants to, because I'm like, it's rude that I make someone move my chair, but that is a union job, me moving that damn chair. So they will file a grievance if I move the chair. So I'll let them do it. So I don't get involved in other people's jobs. As a showrunner, I give notes. I talk to hair and makeup, wardrobe. The hair should be like this. Get them a shirt that looks like that. That's my involvement, You should go to the Stress Factory in New Jersey. No, I'm not playing in comedy clubs. My show is not a comedy. It's not. I mean, it's a comedy, but it's not stand-up comedy. So I'm not going to be doing any comedy clubs. I work on a sci-fi show in Atlanta, but the writer's room was in LA. There you go. That's exactly right. Lovely Ann. She said it. You heard her. Do you use Scrivener? No. But that's for books. I don't, I'm mostly not a book writer. Although I probably will get Scrivener for the next book I write. I'm told it's pretty good. I'll probably use that. I wrote the first thing on Pages. All right, everyone. Is it important to find a genre that is specific to you? It's important for you to write what you want to write. You understand? Don't be so cavalier where you're like, I want to write, are they buying science fiction? Maybe, but do you want to write science fiction? If you don't see yourself as that kind of writer, then don't write. I mean, write what you want to write. Everyone's so jaded. Everyone's trying to chase this thing, and no one wants to Everyone, all they do is want to sell. Don't stop selling and learn how to write. Write. Once you become a good writer, doors will open. Understand? Okay. What's going on here? Hold on, I got to read this. Okay. One or two more questions that I'm going to bounce. Should a pilot that is a writing sample be closed loop or hint at more stories? Does it matter? Doesn't matter. It doesn't. I don't care at all. I do not care at all. Just give me a script that I read and go, wow, that's great. I don't care if they're part 2, whatever. It's a writing sample. Ken Levine, who I work with, there's a low line, used to talk about being brought in to punch up scripts. Have you done that? Yes, it's not so much anymore. The industry's changing, so there's really not much opportunity, but I've done that in the past. And I worked with him briefly on a show called Just Shoot Me many years ago. All right, everyone, I'm going to bounce. Come see my show. I got work to do. I hope you come see a paper orchestra. Should I avoid some advice from other types of people? Well, Hector, aren't you coming to my show soon? Find out who are the people giving out the advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they have experience in the industry, yeah, sure. But if they're just someone like, some dude in a Facebook group or something, like, who are they? Who are they to be giving advice? You know what I'm saying? So, be careful who you get advice from. There are many, I wouldn't even use a script reader unless I knew what shows they wrote on. I want to know your background, and I want to read some of your work. That's what I would say. And then the phone will go dead. Hector, hello? Hector is coming to my show. I'll see you there. Tips for writing a Bible? Well, start with Jesus enters. Jesus enters. That's the first line of writing a Bible. That's it. Okay, everyone. I hope you'll come see my show if you're in the Boston area or you want to learn more about it. The LA show, MichaelJamin.com/live for tickets. I got to go. I got to rehearse. I'm rehearsing right now. Woohoo! All right, I'll see you there.